Hello everybody, my name is Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. I haven't been on here in a very long time, and the last video I did was all the way back in July when it was my boyfriend's birthday. But I don't know, I feel like posting something like this on YouTube instead of when I would normally post it on TikTok. So yeah. So today I want to have some fun with some makeup products. I just recently, a few days ago, went to the mall and I went to Sephora as well as Shoppers Drug Mart, and I just got myself some new makeup brands. I haven't really bought myself makeup in like a really long time. I actually think the last time I bought makeup, I was still in high school, and I'm 22 years old now, so it's been quite a while. But I don't know, I just want to kind of have some fun and try out some of the stuff I've seen and show you guys kind of the stuff that I really like. So I'm going to show you guys what I bought and what I already had, and then we're going to have a little bit of fun together. So this is my little makeup pouch. It's super cute. Can we talk about how cute the little Hello Kitty pouch is? I was gifted to this from a friend and I love it. But anyways, let's go through my bag. So I think I'm just going to kind of go in order of application. And so we're going to start with my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with 4% niacinamide. This is one of the products that I just bought a few days ago. I got it at Shoppers Drug Mart, and I'm going to link everything I got down below. So this is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with niacinamide. Next thing I got is the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Concealer, and I got this in the shade 20 Light Cool. I got this because it was a very good price, and it was literally only like $7 in Canadian, which is really good. But yeah, I just wanted to try it out. I want to try out a few different concealers, and this is like a smaller one, so it'll give me an opportunity to try it out without being like totally hooked, because I hate buying new products when I still have perfectly usable products. So I don't plan on buying anything else until I'm running out, or like I am ran out. Next thing I got is the L'Oreal Brow Lamination Brow Gel. I also got this at Shoppers Drug Mart. It was the most expensive thing I got at Shoppers Drug Mart, but I tried it out the day that I got it, and I have to say, I understand the hype of why so many people told me to get this. It stuck my brows so good, and I think the one thing that I don't like about like when I do my makeup is, I don't know if you can tell, my brows, they tend to do this weird thing at the corner, and it doesn't have a defined shape, and it just kind of is like wah instead of like the wah. So yeah, this really helped with that. And I find that the color of my brows is kind of the color that I like. I don't really want to darken them, so having a clear brow gel was very important for me. Next thing I got is the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush. I have, obviously, I think everyone has heard amazing things about this, and I got it in the shade Happy. It's like kind of like a corally pinky color. I'll show you it closer when I do the blush, but I am obsessed, and this was the most expensive thing that I bought when I went to the mall from Sephora. Next, I actually got this on sale. I was so lucky. It just so happened to be on sale. It was about 45 or 50% off. And I figured, why not try a bit more of an expensive brand while it's on sale instead of the original brand I was going to go with, because I've heard amazing things about it. It is the Fenty Beauty Cream Cheeks Out bronzer, cream bronzer, and I got it in the shade Butter Biscuit. Here, let me show you guys. Butter Biscuit number 2. And yeah, it was originally $50, and I got it for $24.99. So I got like 50% off, and I couldn't say no. I was originally going to go with a different brand, and I was actually going to go with a drugstore brand, but the drugstore brand was literally $20 and this one was $25, and I was like, why not get a more expensive brand if it's on sale, and if I don't like it, I can always try a different one like once I finish using this. Okay, so that is all the stuff that I bought, and now this is all the stuff that I already owned. First, I love this, I got the Fit Me Translucent Matte and Poreless Finishing Powder. It's just a very simple, oh, it looks so white, a very simple, just like translucent powder just to finish. the makeup. And then I don't use this often. You can kind of see them. I have eyelash extensions on. I need a fill, if you could not tell. But when I don't have eyelash extensions on, I use the Clinique High Impact Mascara in the shade Black. I love this mascara. I was originally a Maybelline girl for a very long time, specifically the pink and green tube. But then someone gifted me this and I really discovered that I loved it. So now I use it whenever I don't have eyelash extensions on. Then I have my e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. I don't know what shade this is, but it's just like a nice, a nice light brown shade, and I don't use it very often. The most I use it is kind of up here where I have a bit of sparseness, just to darken it, like a very small amount. I never do dark brows. I think that they look terrible on me. Then I have my Annabelle Cold Duo eyeliner in the shade Tuxedo. So one side is black. I need to sharpen this really badly. And one side is white. And this is what I use on my waterline. If I'm feeling a more like dark smoky eye look, I will use this. I don't use it as much as I used to when I was in high school, but sometimes I'm still feeling the smoky look. And then finally, I have my Clinique. I don't even know what this is. It's like the Clinique trending lip oil balm stuff in the shade that everyone was going crazy over, the Black Honey. Here she is. It is so gorgeous. You can see it in the sunlight. I'm in front of my window. But yeah, a friend gifted this to me, and needless to say, I love it. And then just like my eyelash curler when I have no eyelash extensions, as well as my beauty blender, which I'm actually considering throwing away my beauty blender and not using it because I am transitioning into a brush gal. This is my little brush collection, and I got this on Amazon too, so I will link this below. And it was a very good price as well. Some of the stuff I have in here is not like from the kit, like this one, and like I have a couple of MAC brushes, but like all of the pink brushes came with this set, and it was a very good price on Amazon. But anyways, I'm a bit nervous. I've never really done makeup like this before, so we're just gonna do our best. Okay, so I'm going to start with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, and I'm just going to put a little bit on my hand, and we're just going to rub this in. And please forgive me if I'm not looking into the camera. I'm using my camera as a mirror, so that's why. But anyways, we're just going to put this on, and on the back it says to let it sit for 30 seconds, so I'm going to let it sit, I guess, to get sticky. So we're just gonna let that sit. Okay, so it's been about 30 seconds, and I can kind of see, like, can you see the stick? I'm impressed. Now I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Soft Glam Concealer, and I'll show you guys how it looks. Here it is. Am I gonna get bad lighting? I am. Here it is. It's definitely maybe a tiny bit more of a summer shade, and it's like on the edge of winter and spring, but it's fine. My last concealer I had was so pale. It was so white, and I used it before I bought all this, and I was like, that was my sign that I need more makeup, because why was I using a white concealer basically? So I'm really just gonna go under my eyes. I'm really just doing what I've seen the girls do. I've been watching a couple makeup videos. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. I get really red around my nose, so that's why I'm going there. And then I'm also just gonna do a little on my chin. And then I'm gonna go in with my MAC 242S concealer brush, and I'm really just going to blend that in. And I actually discovered that this Fenty Beauty palette has a mirror, so I'm gonna use that a little bit. And it is a medium coverage, so it's not like the most coverage in the whole world. But honestly, I'm not really looking for like a crazy amount of coverage. I'm just kind of looking for enough to like just cover up some of my blemishes and some of my flaws. And the one thing that I keep on seeing is you're supposed to kind of, you're not supposed to swipe it, you're supposed to like pat it. So that's what I'm trying to do. You can definitely tell that it is actually my shade, like quite nicely actually, like especially right in this area. Like I'm quite impressed with the shade match, considering I bought it at the drugstore and I didn't get to like test the shade on my wrist or anything. And then just my chin. And then I think I'm gonna go in with just one of my slightly bigger brushes. I might go in with this brush. I'm gonna go in with my MAC 129S big fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna kind of make sure that it's all kind of nicely like blended into my face. So far looking nice, pretty clean base considering I don't put foundation on. I don't like foundation at all. Anyways, I think the next thing I might do brows just to get it over with. So once again, we're doing the 24-hour brow lamination from L'Oreal. And here it is. You can see it. It's just literally a clear brow gel. So I'm just wiping off any excess on the tip. And then I'm just gonna kind of brush it through all my hairs and get all my hairs nice and coated. And then I'm gonna start shaping it. So I'm just gonna kind of swipe everything up. And then kind of just swipe everything in place. And I definitely take my time doing this because once the brows are set, they are set. So I want to make sure that it looks exactly the way that I want it to. And it's definitely going to take me a bit of practice to get used to doing my brows. But look at that difference. Like, look at that. And then look at that. Like, the shape definition is just truly unmatched. And now I'm just going to do the other side. So once again, brushing the product through my brows, getting it nice and coated. And then I'm going to brush it all up. And then give it a nice little shape. Trying to make sure that I shape them the same way. Okay. There is the brows done. You can definitely see the crazy difference that it made. Like, it just automatically gives my face so much more shape. Okay, I think the next step I'm gonna do is the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush, and I'll show you the color. The only thing I don't like about it is that it kind of gets stuck at the stopper, but here is the color. Can I get a nice, like, in the sun? There we go. Like, it's this beautiful pinky corally color, and I've heard some people put it on their hands and some people put it right on my face, on their face. I think I'm gonna put it on my hand for the first time, so I'm just gonna put just a little dot because I heard that you literally do not need that much. And then I don't really know what brush to use because I've never used a blush like this. What's this? The brushes have names on them. That's a powder brush. This is a sculpting brush. Blush. Here is the blush brush that I'm using. And I guess I'm just kind of gonna get some on there. And like, I've heard people want different things from their blush placement, but I think I'm gonna kind of go in this area. definitely need more. Okay. So I think I am actually going to put some directly on my face just because the amount of coverage that I'm getting from putting it on my hand, because it's kind of sticking to my hand a bit too much. So we're going to try that. Oh yeah, that's much better. It's kind of subtle on camera, but it's definitely much more visible in real life. So now I'm just going to go in and put about the same amount on the other side. There we go, just a little dot. You definitely need more than I thought you did, but you don't need much still. But I think some of the other people that I was watching were using a different, like a darker shade. So I think that was the deal. Because, like, look at how much that little dot gave me. Like, that's a gorgeous color, too. I think I'm going to put just a tiny, tiny little bit more. It'll definitely take me a couple times to know the correct, like, amount that I need. But so far, I don't know. We're looking good. Okay, we got our blush on both sides. And I guess now we're going to do bronzer. And I feel like that is the one thing that my routine has been lacking. Like, I just feel like, you know, I can do this, and this is what I normally do, like with the blush and the concealer, and that's it. But then I look so pale. So we're gonna try out the bronzer. This one is called the sculpting brush. It kind of has an angle, so I guess we're gonna try that out for the cream bronzer. Here is the shade. Can I get like a nice... There we go. Look at that. Here's the color. It's this like gorgeous brown, I guess, technically. And so I'm a bit nervous for this part, and I kind of wish my brush was a bit harder, so I might try a different brush. What is this? Multifunction brush. I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to try out a few brushes until I find out what I like. I could also use this brush. I kind of like this brush. I'm kind of vibing with it low-key. So I'm just gonna go in. Not sure how much to use. I just got a little bit on my brush. I guess I'm just gonna bronze. Okay, I definitely need a bigger brush than that. So I think I'm going to try out this multifunction brush, as it says on it. I like that it's more flat as well. Like, I don't even... I'm really just kind of... Ooh, look at that. Doing something. And the one thing I'm really doing is being sure to blend this into my hairline. You might not know it by looking at me, but I am a trained esthetician, and I actually went to school and I learned how to do proper makeup application, even though it appears I have no idea what I'm doing. It's definitely looking better than how it looked when I first applied it. I'm still not like 100% sure of what I'm doing. And you know, surprisingly, it looks more muddy on camera than it is in real life. But I'm really just trying to blend it the best that I can. And like, I've seen some people, they like put a little bit on their little noses. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. It definitely, for some reason, it looks more muddy on camera than it actually is, I swear. But anyways, we're gonna move on. And I think I'm actually gonna go in again with the same brush that I used when I blended my concealer. And I'm just gonna kind of go in and just make sure that everything is kind of blended together. I also put some of the bronzer on my nose. And I did end up liking this brush the best for the bronzer. It's just a multifunction brush, it doesn't have a specific name. Now I'm going to go in with my translucent powder and I'm just going to set everything. First though, I'm going to make sure that my concealer didn't crease. And you know, surprisingly, it really did not crease as much as I thought it would for a drugstore concealer. I'm just going to re-blend a very small portion of it. There we go. I'm going to go back in with my powder. And we're just going to set. And I low-key have my nose baking just a little bit, so I'm just going to let that sit for a minute before I brush it out. And then I'm going to take my spoolie and I'm just going to brush through my lashes quickly, just so that I know that they look halfway decent, even though they definitely need a fill. There we go. And I'm going to go in with my Clinique. What's the shade of this? Black Honey again. And put some of that on. Alright, now that we have that on, I'm just going to dust my nose off. And I'm going to put my hair down, and then I'll show you guys the final look. Okay guys, here is the final look with my hair down finally. And you know, for my first ever time doing this, I'm quite impressed with myself. It's definitely not perfect in any means, but you know, I think it looks kind of cute. Like, I would be happy going out like this and feel like I don't look totally insane. I think next time I might try and just go the smallest amount heavier on the blush, and I definitely have to experiment with the bronzer a bit more. But I have to say, I'm very impressed with my concealer. I'm also obviously impressed by the brow lamination. Hello, look at my brows. Like, you cannot tell me that that is not gorgeous. And honestly, I'm impressed with all of the products that I bought at the mall this past weekend. Here is all of them. So I'm going to be sure to link all of the products that I used in this video down below. Some of them are cheaper, some of them are more expensive. And if anyone has any tips for anything that I should be doing differently, like for any single step in this routine that I did, please feel free to leave a comment and just give me any tips. I'm always looking for advice. All the makeup that I purchased this past weekend was all recommended to me. I really didn't have an idea of what I was going into because I'm not a big makeup person, but I really want to change that in the future. So that's why I got all of it, and now I'm looking for more advice on the actual application process. But anyways, so I'm just going to show you guys the final look one more time. I honestly love it. And it's my first time using a lot of these products. I've never used a bronzer just in general, liquid powder, nothing. I've never used primer. I've always used like crappy concealers, and I've never used a brow gel either. So it's my first time for a lot of different things. But please let me know any tips, how you think I did, literally anything. And thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you whenever the next time I make a YouTube video is.